Hey everyone. Today we're talking about the 1999 Delaware quarter. Some people say this little coin could be worth as much as $4,800. But is that really true? Let's take a closer look at what makes this coin interesting, and what it's actually worth. The 1999 Delaware quarter was made by the United States Mint and holds a special place in American coin history. It was the very first coin released in a 50-state quarters program, a series that ran from 1999 through 2008. The goal of the program was to honor each of the 50 U.S. states by featuring a unique design on the back of the quarter. Delaware was the first state to ratify the U.S. Constitution in 1787, so it got the spotlight first. On the back of the coin, you'll see an image of Caesar Rodney riding a horse. This design represents his famous 70-mile ride to cast a key vote for American independence in 1776. On the front, you'll see George Washington, and just under the phrase, "In God We Trust," is a small letter, P. That P tells us the coin was made at the Philadelphia Mint. Now let's talk about how many of these coins were made. The Philadelphia Mint produced about 373,400,000 Delaware quarters. That's a huge number. The Denver Mint made even more, over 401 million, and the San Francisco Mint produced special proof and silver proof versions for collectors. With well over 775 million of these coins out there, this one is definitely not rare. So if you find one in a coin jar or in your pocket change, it's probably worth just 25 cents. Even if it looks a little shiny or clean, that alone doesn't make it valuable. Most of these coins are everywhere. But what if your coin looks brand new? Could it be worth more? Maybe, but usually not by much. Coins are graded based on their condition, and this grading affects how much collectors are willing to pay. A circulated Delaware quarter, that's one that's been used, will almost always be worth face value. Nothing more. If you have one that's never been used, it might be called uncirculated. These can sell for a bit more, depending on their grade. For example, an uncirculated quarter graded MS-63, Mint State 63, might be worth around $2. A coin graded MS-65, which means it's in better shape, could sell for around $5. Now here's where it gets interesting. A few of these quarters have been graded MS-68, which is nearly perfect. That level of quality is very rare, and coins in that condition are highly sought after. One of these in MS-68 has sold for as much as $1,472 at auction. That's a big jump in price, but remember, it's only for the very best examples. So what's the deal with the $4,800 price tag? Well, one 1999 Delaware quarter graded MS-66 by a professional grading service actually sold for $4,888. That's where the $4,800 story comes from. But let's be clear, that was a one-time, high-grade, top-condition sale. It happened under very specific auction conditions. Most MS-66 coins don't reach anywhere near that number. It's important to remember that just because one coin sold for that price, it doesn't mean yours will. Without expert grading, and unless your coin is in truly near-perfect shape, it's probably not worth more than a few dollars at most. So what should you do if you have one of these quarters? First, look at the condition. Is it heavily worn or scratched? Then it's worth 25 cents. Is it clean, shiny, and free of marks? Then it might be worth sending into a grading service, if you believe it could be high grade. But be careful, grading costs money, and it only makes sense if the coin has real potential. The 1999 Delaware quarter is a fun piece of American coin history. It kicked off the popular state quarter series and celebrates an important moment from the Revolutionary era. But it's not rare, and most of the time, it's not worth more than a quarter. Unless your coin is in exceptional condition and graded MS-66 or higher, that $4,800 value is not something you should count on. It's more of a collector's dream than an everyday reality. Thanks for watching. If you've got one of these quarters, take a close look, but don't get your hopes too high. And as always, like and subscribe for more coin videos, collecting tips, and hidden treasures you might find in your change.